you've seen this progression before. I like to use it a lot in my teachings because there is so much gold in this chord progression. Howdy, folks. Happy Thursday, I think it is. Getting off to a good start this year. Taking a couple days to brush off the holiday dust and let that settle a little bit from the trip and all that. As I'm sure you guys, I think it's like you either jump right in or it's nice to have the luxury of easing in, which I'm kind of doing. What happened yesterday? Hung out with Peyton, my buddy from New Orleans, and went and saw Todd Sharp and had a great hang with him, and did mess with some amps. And then let's see, today I'm doing this, and then I'm doing the Guitar Gate live stream from 11 to 12 with Michael Palmisano. I've been doing those, and then that's going to keep going. And then I got to go get fitted for a tuxedo for a TV show with Billy Gibbons on Sunday. I'm doing, him and Grace Bowers came out to the gig, not together, but they were there Monday night. And I'm doing had a great hang with him. I'm doing 2 nights sold out at the City Winery here in Nashville tomorrow and Saturday. I'm just getting up and playing 2 songs with Billy and the band, my friend Steve Mackey on bass and Fred Eltringham on drums, and then a cast of other characters, a few other guests, but man, I'm one of the few guests, which is flattering, of course. Great way to kick off the year. And then we'll do the 18th with John Oates down at the Franklin Theater. So make sure you check that out. That's going to be amazing. Also, it'd be really great to hook back up with John after the holidays and get caught up. That's always a blast. Man, I was thinking yesterday, I was like, man, we can't take this stuff for granted. Like being able to be friends with these guys and hang out with such quality human beings. There's no drama. There's no bullshit. There's no junk. I'm a lucky dude, man, and lucky to have you guys and all your support on here too. So getting back to this chord progression, and then I'm going to get into some other stuff, but I know you've probably heard this progression before, but it's E major, up to A flat dominant 7. And it doesn't matter that chord's not in the E scale. It doesn't matter because this is a secondary dominant chord. It's a fancy term, but all it means is it's leading us to the 6 minor, right? C sharp minor. Of course, here comes the train right on cue. The East Nashville alarm clock, I call it. I'm drinking cold coffee because I left some in the French press last night, and I don't like wasting food or beverages, so I just poured it in there, and hopefully it'll be all right. Anyway, secondary dominant. This A flat dominant 7 is leading your ear to the 6 minor, C sharp minor, to the E7. Passing chord to the A. Don't let these terms like passing chord and secondary dominant, I don't even know what those are, but that's what it is. But so that goes to the A, then to the 5, B or B7, then to E, then a turnaround, which just means you're capping off that first chord progression. Now you're starting it all over again. And so practicing to a chord progression, it has to be consistent. Otherwise, nobody can follow a chord progression that's not consistent. So this is a consistent chord progression that's basically, a 3-chord progression, but you're throwing that nice little area there to play some cool stuff over the 3 dominant and the 6 minor. Right? So if I'm playing this, there's so many different ways you can approach soloing over this progression. Very simply, right out of the pentatonic, major pentatonic, but landing on the notes that really mark the chords. I'll get into that in a second. Or you can, outline these chords as complex as you know how to do. Complexly, is that a word? I don't know. Maybe. But inside this progression, if you take these and you learn these chords in a bunch of different spots, that's what I would recommend doing. So as long as you go 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that's going to be your root note for that 3 chord. There's your 6. There's your E7. E7, A, B7, and you're going to start hearing, your ear is going to improve when you start hearing these different voicings of these chords. The notes inside those are the ones that are going to change your life with lead guitar. Chords and lead guitar are the same thing. The chords, the arpeggios, the pentatonic, the major scale, that is lead guitar. It's all the same thing. So you got to start looking at it, you know, as it's all one thing. It's not like chords are for rhythm and single notes are for lead. We have to look at it as like it's like a recipe. All these little things you throw in, and at the end of it you get a cake. You know, it's like that kind of thing. So what I'm saying is now take these big chords, now take the triads in each one of these. The C shape is great because you get a proper triad on every set of 3 strings. This C-shaped E chord, you get a proper triad of 1, 3, 5 on the first set of 3 strings. You get one here, you get one here, and you get one here. Those are all proper triads. That's the only chord shape on the guitar where you get a proper triad, right? So if you take this middle one, the D, G, and B string, I'm just taking that one. You know, we could do this one if you want. Hell, let's start on the first one. Let's do this one. So I just usually go there because it sounds good. It's a nice part of the guitar right there, right? So, but we'll do the top strings first. Here's your E. Here's your 3 chord. Here's your minor. Here's your E7. Here's your A. Here's your B. Here's your E. I'm playing all those chords without hardly moving anything. Watch. So far, that note has stayed through all these chords. Now A, B, 7, E. Now let's go to the middle. That's your E, 3rd, 6 minor, 7, E7, A, B, E. Let's go to this section. E, 3rd, minor, E7, A, B, E. Okay, ready to get tricky? Let's go to the low strings. I can't believe I did that, but that's it. So as I look through this and I listen through this, if I start soloing on this progression, I'm going to start here, right? Haven't even left the E pentatonic yet. Okay, if I heard somebody play that, I'd go, hey man, that's melodic, that's right around the chords, nothing wrong with that at all. Now, if I want to start getting more complex, I'm going to start outlining these chords like this. I'm just showing you the framework. This is not a solo. Wasn't ideal. Okay, I could go on and on and on, but that's how you're weaving through these chord changes. Okay, now here's something fun. If you can break these down into this kind of thing here, where you're going, you're going. Now look, the next chord, that's from this. That's your scale. So, but then right here when it goes to the 3, do the same thing. Now guess what? Right here, that goes to your 6 minor, right? So, well then that's part of your E, because your 6 minor and your E are related. So E7, A, B. That's all B. Look. Oh, sorry. So it's hearing these notes. I swear it's so much as hearing it. Hearing these notes. So that is just a solid gold chord progression. If you took this part, so the root and the third out of this chord, same exact thing. Look, then there's your minor right there. So E, A flat, C sharp minor. That's your E7. Your A's right there. Your B's right there. I can play every chord around those because it's all coming out of the chord. So that's just a little lesson on this. I mean, there's so much gold in, because it's tight and it's all right there. And so almost lost it there. Oh God. Okay, but so that's a lot of bullshit that I'm playing, but that's kind of the idea. You can hear the chords changing with the single notes because they're outlining the notes and quickly. They're spelling it out quickly, and that's where this comes in. Right, that's those exercises where you're just you've got the hand position, you've got the chord shapes, and it's just all gonna come together. So, and here's another thing, guys. Check this out. So it all just comes down to what you want out of this stuff and how much time you're able to devote to it. And so I'm just showing you where you can go with it and the tools that I know work. Now, look, yeah, it takes a long time. Yes, of course. So look, if you only have an hour every couple days to be able to really sit down and focus on the guitar, and you just want to have a beer and kind of rock out, dude, I totally get it. This is supposed to be something that's fun. And so we got to keep having fun. You know, playing with that trio on Monday night, that is that's like my release, man. I get to go and just be free and play that music. And so, man, that's my one time a week where I can go do that. Everything else is just trying to keep my life to get together and this business moving forward. And so, so I know we're all on the same page there. We're not that different. I just happen to have had a lot of time to play the guitar in my life. So if I figured a few of these things out here, but I'm just sharing with you what I think works. But that's a pretty good lesson in just like these you know, taking this chord progression that's not that complicated and just really getting into what's really moving there and looking at these little relationships. That movement is so. Sorry, let me do it clean one time. Right? Do it here. Oh, sorry. That's just over E, right? I'll tell you guys a little bit about this Mexico trip some other time. It was a trip indeed. But hey, so one last thing I'll tell you, the guys been asking about the camera setup on multiple platforms. Definitely check out Instagram if you want to see more day-to-day stuff like the stories and things about the bar that opened up and these other projects we've got going on here in Nashville that are more lifestyle oriented that I think is really cool, and I love sharing that stuff. So check out Instagram. Of course, I'm on 2 Facebooks, one personal, one fan page. Of course, this YouTube channel that you guys are on. Thanks so much for helping this thing grow. I'd love to get the comments sections more active. Please, you know, let's try to get, I guess I need to bring up more stuff and just try to get that going. But the camera, all I'm doing is I'm using a little tripod. I've got a few of these. This is the big one. I don't really use this very much, but this brand, Manfrotto, Monica got me hooked up with a bunch of these things. But the one I'm using for the iPhone and my Artist Works video exchange responses is just a little tripod. And I've got my iPhone 14 Pro Max. I use that, and I've got a couple of these lights that a photography friend told me about. Really inexpensive, but a good brand. Super simple setup. Just the barnwood wall that I've had over here. My little Princeton amp on like 2. The telly straight in, a little reverb. But the iPhone 14 Pro Max, nothing fancy, no editing. I just trim the ends off. When I'm sitting down, I cut those off. And it goes straight to you guys, man. If I make a horrible mistake, I'll stop and redo the video. Usually if it happens at the beginning. But other than that, man, it's just from my humble home to yours. So guys, thanks a million. Check out the links below. I'm looking forward to kicking 24. Like I said, having a kick-ass year in 24. Last year and the year before were record years for me, and I'm planning on beating it this year. So let's book the trio out of town. Let's do some immersion experiences. Let's do some lessons. check out everything, and look forward to seeing you guys soon. All right, cheers. Bye.